New version of firmware usually includes new security and bug fixes. You can either live update or update manually. Before we get started, make sure that the router is connected to the PC and internet. And you can see that the router's LED light is on. Now let's start the live update. First, open a browser and type router.asus.com. Navigate to router setting page. Enter your router login name and password. Click Sign In to enter the setting page. Go to the firmware upgrade setting page. Check whether any new version of the firmware is available. If there is, the version and update button would appear. Then you can start updating the firmware. Do not power off or shut down the router during the upload. Please wait for a few minutes until the upload is completed. After the update is completed, you will see the router settings page. Then log in to the router again. Enter your router login name and password. Click Sign In to enter the setting page. Now, the router firmware version is up to date. The other way is to manually update. Navigate to ASUS website. Enter your router name. We use RTAC68U router as an example. Find the firmware files under the product support page. Check whether any new version of the firmware is available. Download the latest version of the firmware for your laptop or PC. The firmware file needs to be unzipped before the update. Go to the firmware upgrade setting page. Select the firmware file you just downloaded. Do not power down or shut down the router during the upload. Please wait for a few minutes until the upload is completed. After the update is completed, you will see the router settings page. Then log in to the router again. Enter your router login name and password. Click Sign In to enter the setting page. Now, the router firmware version is up to date.
Welcome to Google Nest. Let's set up your Nest Wi-Fi router and point. Your Nest Wi-Fi router and point create a mesh network that replaces your existing router and helps to spread a strong, reliable signal throughout your home. Each Nest Wi-Fi point also has a speaker with Google Assistant, so you can play music, get answers to questions, and control compatible devices with your voice. Nest Wi-Fi includes a router and may include 1 or 2 points, depending on the package that you've purchased. There is also an Ethernet cable and power adapters for each device. The router plugs into your internet provider's modem to create your Wi-Fi network. Each point adds more Wi-Fi coverage and has a speaker with Google Assistant. To use your Nest Wi-Fi, you will also need a Google account, the Google Home app, internet service, and a modem for the internet service. Firstly, let's set up the router. The router has the Google G logo on top and Ethernet ports on the bottom. Place your router near your modem and in plain view, such as on a shelf or on a TV stand. Avoid putting it next to other objects that could obstruct it. Connect the Ethernet cable to the router. Then connect the other end to your modem. Connect your power cable to the router. Then plug the adapter into a power socket. Wait about a minute, and the light will pulse white when it's ready for setup. If you don't have the Google Home app already, download it from Google Play or the Apple App Store. Open the Google Home app and click the Add button. If you haven't already, create a home for your devices. If you've already set up a home, just add a new device. Choose your Nest Wi-Fi router. The app will lead you through the setup. When prompted, point your phone at the QR code on the bottom of the router. The app will check your router's internet connection and finish preparing your Nest Wi-Fi for setup. Finally, name your network and choose a secure password that will be hard for others to guess. You'll be able to easily share the password with friends and family through the app whenever you need to. When your router setup is finished, the router's light will turn solid white. Now that you've set up your router, let's connect your Nest Wi-Fi point. Each point you add will help to provide additional coverage to your home by creating a mesh network. Depending on the size of your home, you may need more than one Wi-Fi point to get full home coverage. Check out the tool on the Google Store, linked in the description box below, to get a recommendation for your home. Place your point 2 rooms away from your router or from another point. Depending on your home, building materials and other objects can interfere with or reduce your coverage. You may need to adjust the location of your point if you experience issues. Put your point out in the open for the strongest Wi-Fi signal and to make it easy to interact with Google Assistant. Connect your power cable to the point. Then plug the adapter into a power socket. Give it about a minute and the light ring under the point will pulse white. When it's ready for setup, it'll talk to you and let you know that it's ready. Follow the instructions in the Google Home app to finish setting up your point. Follow the same process to set up any additional points. When you finish setting up all of your devices, the Home app will run a mesh test to confirm that your devices are correctly placed, online, and working together. Once setup is complete, you can ask Google Assistant to play some music, check your internet speed, and more. OK Google, what's my internet speed?
Blazing fast.
You can use the Google Home app to change your Wi-Fi network password, run speed tests, set up parental controls, or create a guest network. That's it. Now you're ready to enjoy better Wi-Fi throughout your home and easy access to Google Assistant.
Every day, millions of Wi-Fi devices connect to the internet in homes around the world. And each day, millions more are added. Although each new Wi-Fi standard, such as N and AC, now known as Wi-Fi 4 and Wi-Fi 5, delivered greater and greater speeds, these Wi-Fi standards did not address the issue of increased Wi-Fi congestion and Wi-Fi capacity needed to handle the extreme number of devices being connected. Enter Wi-Fi 6, the new standard of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi 6 is engineered to meet the growing demands on Wi-Fi by dramatically increasing performance and capacity. Wi-Fi 6 delivers up to 4 times more capacity than older Wi-Fi standards. At the foundation of Wi-Fi 6 are the number of available Wi-Fi streams. With each Wi-Fi stream, more speed, range, and capacity are delivered. Now, Wi-Fi 6 routers can deliver up to 12 simultaneous Wi-Fi streams. OFDMA is the key feature that significantly increases Wi-Fi efficiency. With OFDMA, a Wi-Fi 6 router can deliver data to and receive data from multiple devices all at the same time. Wi-Fi 6 represents a new era of Wi-Fi. It also remains 100% backwards compatible with older Wi-Fi devices and can improve their wireless connections too. Wi-Fi 6. Turn your Wi-Fi up to 6, the biggest number in Wi-Fi.